rather than say, John McMullen, what would you like to do? So let me ask it directly of you. What would you say the Eagles' best opponent for opening week would be?
I would say Kansas City, get it over with. I'm a little bit different than last year. You probably remember from last year, I didn't think Detroit was the best matchup because I thought they were going to be a bad team. I was wrong on Detroit. They ended up being a pretty good team. I thought they were going to be a bad team, but I think they were headed in the right direction. And my whole thought process was, I don't want to play bad teams when they don't know they're bad yet. And they didn't know they were bad, and they played really well, and they didn't know they were bad because they weren't bad, even though they started out, and eventually they turned it around. This time, like, the Eagles are going to be a good team. It's just a matter of how good. We had a little fun with our buddy Peter King yesterday, saying no weaknesses. I'm not going to go that far, but they're a really good team. So, at some point they're going to go on a run and win a bunch of games. And, a couple reasons where I would say Kansas City is that, maybe they're not sharp early. I think Jeff brought that up yesterday. And even if you lose, get it over with, then you go on maybe a run. Plus the business aspect, when you asked me to be Jeffrey Lurie, and from that, because you brought up Arizona, I think that's more of a fan thing. Like, they want revenge on Jonathan. Like, Jeffrey Lurie likes Jonathan. He tried to give him a raise to keep him. So from that standpoint, I don't think Jeffrey would prefer the business aspect, and that would be such a big game.
All right, let me see if I can give you an analogy on my thinking. If we're going down to, where's my hand? Ocean right there. If we're heading down to the casino, I don't know how to underline ocean there. If you and I were going down to Ocean, what game would you play? If we were going to do a little gambling, what game would you play?
Which game?
Game of chance at a casino. If you were
blackjack,
going down to casino, and
I thought you were talking about NFL game.
What one you playing?
Blackjack, probably.
Blackjack. Same thing here. Here's how I look at this question I'm asking you. If you've got two nines and the dealer's got a 7, the percentages say just take the win. Stay with your 18, cash your chips, make them pay you. The gambler might say, yeah, and if I catch 2 10s, now I got 19 and he's got a 7. I could double my money. I could make twice as much. That's how I look at this situation. Jonathan Gannon and the Arizona Cardinals are that solid 18 with the dealer sitting on a 7. You can rake that money in now. You're going to win. I guess the dealer could turn up an ace and you get a push, but a push isn't even the worst thing in the world. Or do you want to gamble a little bit? Do you want to say, let me split these 9s and see if I can catch 2 10s and win on both hands? That's Kansas City. If you win, now you can split the 9 to go 10-10 or 10 ace. Boom, you win twice rather than once. Or you could split them and get a 3 and a 4, and you go into Kansas City and get beat again with a couple of walk-in touchdowns with a new defensive.
Oh, man. I didn't think about Sean Desai getting beat on walk-in touchdowns.
Yeah, I figured out all these permutations.